Right, this is commentary video on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and the focus here today is KeKe and her husband. Let's watch.
What's on the menu? Some of my famous wings and mac and cheese is the main two. We got some beans cooking on the crock pot, but I'm gonna let them cook all night. All nighter? Yeah. I'm Miss Tiffany's Meet Baby Aces event, and it's unfortunate because I got sick again. And I really wish that doctors would figure out what in the world is going on with me so that I won't keep having to miss these special events. I would have loved the opportunity to show my face, and especially with everything swirling right now, I was just too sick, and I definitely don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to hide my face, because that's most definitely not the case. Well, that's not even your personality. Not at all. Now people, of course, are looking at this as an excuse to say, well, did she relapse?
All right, so a quick disclaimer first of all. I am not a medical doctor. I just played one on TV. Just kidding, not at all. But seriously, I am a PhD doctoral candidate, and that just means that I do nothing but research all day long, all day long. And then at night, I research some more. And when I'm in the bathroom, I research some more. But anyway, sorry, TMI. So however, though, whatever commentary that I'm giving, I will never give medical advice. I'm simply providing educational tools and information that have been used on others for thousands and thousands of years. And those tools and information have given people the power to heal themselves. So that's all I'm here to provide. That is it. All right. So a quick FYI on KeKe, she has admitted that she has been addicted to pain medication for a couple of months straight. Okay, so let's continue to watch.
I can tell. So, I mean, I knew it wasn't relapse. At this point, I know when you're normal. I know when you ain't. I know when something suspect going on. So I can tell in your action and your body language and your speech. There's a whole lot of other things that I've learned, over the years. So I just hate that I was so sick. I'm just ready for them to get to the bottom of this because it's so frustrating. I'm having to miss things and events because I feel too bad to go. And I have no idea what it is that's causing this sickness to come about. After going to the emergency room twice, I have to see two specialists. One is a cardiologist, and another is the gastrologist, I believe it is.
All right, so just to give you guys again some more educational information, when you get to the point of needing to see specialists, which she has been seeing two of them, they learn what your needs are based on your symptoms, right? So they do an exam to see if they can find out whatever information the body is telling them. As far as, they listen for things, they look for things, they feel for things sometimes to see if there's anything that is unusual. A little bit more information, there's nothing on that intake form or no discussion with the doctor usually about food intake though. Okay. So, she's seeing two specialists, and one of them is a cardiologist. And I'm pretty sure that most people know what a cardiologist specializes in, right? It's the heart, okay? Cardio, heart. All right, because she was recommended to see a cardiologist. I can't talk today. My bad. I'm just so excited and also frustrated at the same time with this information. But because one of them is a cardiologist that she is seeing, more than likely, and my guess is that she probably has some chest discomfort or shortness of breath, maybe some abnormal heart rates or dizziness, things of that nature, right? Things that have to do with our chest and our breathing and our heart, things of that, right? Okay. The other specialist that she is seeing is I couldn't hear if she said a gastrologist or a gastroenterologist. She didn't really make that clear. I couldn't really hear, but they're very similar anyway. So a gastroenterologist, they diagnose and treat digestive disorders, things like around the ulcers, see if you have irritable bowel syndrome, meaning you don't go to the bathroom often or you have trouble going to the bathroom. Or they check for your liver to see if there's any kind of disease going on there, and even cancers. Okay. So just to give you some update on that. All right, let's keep watching.
I honestly think that if you get a grip, if we can get you off methadone. I don't think it's the methadone.
I'm gonna pause right there. She says she doesn't think it's the methadone. Now, really quick, what is methadone? I had to look this up, to be honest with you. So I'm not really versed on a lot of drugs that are out there, especially synthetic ones. But just real quick information on what methadone is. And this is information from the National Institute of Drug Use. So, quote unquote, methadone is a man-made synthetic drug that helps people stop using opioids without experiencing withdrawal symptoms. It works by acting on some parts of the brain that responds to opioids, like heroin and pain medications, reducing cravings for these drugs. So remember what I said. KeKe admitted that she was once addicted to pain medication for about 2 months straight. So, one, let me ask you guys, when you take man-made synthetic drugs, have you ever heard of any side effects that typically happens when a person is on a man-made synthetic drug? Have you ever seen any of those commercials where, it helps you with one thing, but then there's like 20 other things that it may cause, right?
I don't know what it is. You don't think, but you don't know.
At this point, she's having a conversation with her husband, and interestingly enough, she starts fanning. She's like wiping herself off. Message, okay? Message. Number two, in another episode, she's gotten really irritated at her cousin Tisha at one of the barbecues they were, coming together for. Really easily irritated. Message number two. All right. Let's go back and watch some more.
Really like the methadone process. He just does not like the idea of me taking any substance whatsoever. He'll blame anything that goes wrong on that medication. He just does not want me to be, dependent on any substance at all. And you expect me to take your word that you guarantee the methadone has something to do with it? When you get sick, it's because things that led up to you getting sick.
All right. So he said, when you get sick, typically it's because of things that led up to you being sick. Okay. I'm just gonna keep going.
You know that there's been an issue going on with your digestion, so you can't go indulge in all that damn Chinese food. You order damn near the whole Chinese. You just want to.
What are those? What are those, sir? What are those? Oh my gosh. Some of you guys may see this as a big dramatic, but this is real talk. Like, I've been watching these reality shows for a while, and they started out as entertainment, but now it's just kind of like this is what I want to do. I don't know. I just it's hard to watch. Really, really hard to watch. Really hard to watch. I mean, yeah. He's just gonna blame all the Chinese folks for the food that she eats. But meanwhile, he's in the kitchen cooking what?
Like,
Yeah, I don't
and then
know.
it's 10,
I don't know.
10 o'clock at night, you eat stuff that late.
Um, yeah, so I definitely agree with a lot of things that he said so far. Um, with the food, not just the Chinese food. Yes, that is included with the, all the ingredients with that. But do you see anything else that could be wrong with that's causing some digestive issues? Should be. Some people do ask me a lot though, does the eating late at night have anything to do with um sleeping late at night? Well, obviously it's relative to your schedule. Not everybody has the 9 to 5 schedule. So it's relative to, if you're what you're gonna do after you finish eating. And that's during the day, at night, whatever, it doesn't matter. So if you're gonna lay down after you finish eating, obviously that's gonna cause digestive issues and it's gonna be your body has to work even harder to get the foods down that you just got through eating. And if those foods are Chinese foods or chicken, your famous chicken wings and macaroni and cheese and all these kind of things, yeah, it's the body has to work harder, and it's just going to be a tougher thing to get out of the body. Um, Me personally, I am plant-based. I can just look at an apple and be ready to go to the bathroom, like just be ready to go. But yeah, you still shouldn't just lay down right after you finish eating anything, right?
Well, you
So
know how I'm not
yeah,
gonna
let's
lie.
keep
Say
let's
I
keep
come to get
diving
me. It's
in.
more than just digested. That's why I'm like,
Kiki
y'all,
thinks
it's
it's
something
it's
wrong
more
with
than
me,
just
and I
her
can't say what
digestive
it is.
system. And I say you are your best doctor, to be honest with you. Learn how to be your own doctor. If you think that's what it is, it's probably what it is. It's probably more than that, just that. But just to add some more science to that, um, just like your hip bone is connected to your thigh bone, and your thigh bone is connected to your knee bone, and all that kind of stuff, right? So are our 11 systems of our body. They all work together. They're all in there together. They all work together. So if you're not eating properly, your digestive system is more likely having trouble breaking down your food. The human body, to be honest with you, it's not created to eat meat and digest meat, but I'm not going to go there. Not on this video, right? That's research for another time. But um, if you're not eating properly, your excretory system, which is your kidneys, your bladder, your urethra, that system is having trouble removing the toxins of the body, that's its normal job, right? So if that system is having trouble, then your cardiorespiratory system is going to have issues because your blood pressure is not being regulated normally, right? And if you're not eating properly, then your endocrine system is not able to regulate your metabolism. And this is how it begins to slow down. It's not because you're getting older, it's because of the foods that have been uh, eaten over multiple years. It works in tandem with the digestive system, and it's just kind of like getting backed up. It's just like getting backed up like in a manufacturing plant or anything like that. So, um, when you have weight gain issues or whether it's weight gain or weight loss, unexplained weight loss, that is part of the endocrine system. So your pineal gland and your pancreas and your thyroid, all of that is just thrown off because you're not eating properly, right? Don't click off just yet because I'm not just going to give you or tell you things that you're doing wrong. I'm also going to provide solutions to help you with the kind of foods that you may be used to eating, but it's just going to be a change of ingredients. And no, I'm not talking about just eating carrots and kale, like plain old carrots and kale. No, just stay with me though. All right. I'll give you some real viable solutions to those things. Um, but I can go on and on and on about the 11 systems of the body and how they work together. They're in there together, they work together. So either they work well together or there's one cog in the wheel that's messing up everything else in the body. And that car, for example, it won't move. That cog in the wheel for your car, if one cog is messed up, it won't move. Same thing with your body, with that Chinese food or that one chicken wing. It's not just a piece of meat, but it's very much an integral part of a larger organization that's working together. Okay. All right. Let's keep going.
If I know that I'm having an issue, I'm not doing that. I ain't gonna do nothing but ask you to do what's right. All right.
Well, I mean, sometimes you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, that may be the case.
So I'm supposed to do something because you think it's the right thing to do.
Yes.
Okay. So uh he just said if I'm having an issue, I'm not doing that, right? I get it. I get it. This is what's tough about understanding true health. Okay. Some people only change when they're doing with what they're doing when they get diagnosed with something. That and usually it's something major, right? Amin may not have any symptoms or major issues that he knows about, or at least not disclosed to us viewers, right? But at the very least, I mean, you see that your wife is going through these things and she's having to see a cardiologist, she's having to see a gastroenterologist and all these things. So you got to do it for the fam. You got to make changes for the fam. If you're telling her you think it's the Chinese food, are you having Chinese food? Are you giving her a substitute for the Chinese food? And what is it that you're cooking and eating around her? You got to make these changes together, right? Another random thought. When people gain weight, they think, oh, I need to start working out again. Okay, yes, that may be true, but that's not necessarily one of the first things that I personally would do. One of the first things that you may want to consider doing is changing your mindset first. Okay, changing your mindset. I'm not going to get too deep into that because that's a whole nother chat for another time, but changing your mindset is definitely important. The second thing that I would do is changing what I'm putting inside of my body every day, multiple times a day, right? But most people don't want to research or look down upon the bad habits that they have. Inside, deep down inside, you know you should eat better. But I know, I get it. The wings be calling you like a crack addict, right? I get it. The wings be calling you. I understand. However, um, just take a good hard look in the mirror. And I am not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be funny when it comes to that. I take those kind of things seriously when it comes to health. Um, but you just got through saying, if I know that I shouldn't be doing something, I'm not going to do it. Well, do you truly honestly feel as good as you did 20 years ago, 30 years ago? You may be thinking, I'm not supposed to because I am 20 or 30 years older. I get it. We've been taught that because you get older, you're supposed to have certain ailments. It's BS. That is BS. The whole arthritis running in my family, all that kind of stuff, it's BS. But I'm gonna just focus on this and keep pausing. You can believe me if you want to, but I encourage you to do your own research. Let's keep watching.
He doesn't necessarily support me the way that I would like him to. My definition of support and his definition of support couldn't be on more opposite ends of the spectrum.
The methadone, the medication, the crime stoppers. From my perspective, all that's a lot on somebody.
Right, especially me. But you.
All right. She says her husband doesn't necessarily support her in the way that she wants him to. Translation, I want to keep eating bad foods. I want to keep taking the drugs. I don't know what's wrong with me, but allow me to keep up my drug habits. But I ain't mad at you Because
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
let me give you some research. Research says that sugar is now more addictive than cocaine. And if cocaine is a hell of a drug and sugar is more addictive than cocaine, then how many licks does it take for a person to make changes? There should be like a 12-step program to help people that's on sugar addiction or even salt addiction or even any kind of food addiction, right? You know what? Mr. Carlos King, holler at me. I just came up with an idea. But anyway, stay focused, stay focused. All right. Let's just look at what Amin is cooking. Like, I don't know. Go back to the beginning of the video when he's like, I'm making my famous wings and mac and cheese.
Famous wings and mac and cheese is the main two. Got some beans.
Let me just show you guys just how much sugar is in the meal that you're cooking. Yep, sugar in chicken wings and mac and cheese, right? Things that are not even sweet. You got a lot of sugar in those things, right? So let me just show you. All right, quick warning. The things that I'm going to illustrate to you are not vegan. They're not plant-based. It's 100% animal foods, okay? So, again, Amin is making chicken wings, and I assume these wings are going to be smothered in something, some kind of sauce, right? Chicken wing ain't a chicken wing unless it has some kind of sauce. So let's just say, for illustration purposes, that it is some sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. All right, we have made Sweet Baby Ray famous and rich. And by the way, this is what Sweet Baby Ray looks like. Yeah, that's him. But anyway, stay in focus, stay in focus. All right, so Amin is making some chicken wings. Let's just say the average person eats a 12-piece wings. That's what I used to have. And that's what I still have, but made from something else. But yeah, 12 wings. And to cover 12 wings, it takes about a half a cup of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, right? Then with that, you've got a table of olive oil. You probably have some garlic powder, which is, then you have some onion powder on that. This is my basic ass recipe that I'm giving you guys. And so I can tell you how much sugar is in this meal, right? Then you probably have like a teaspoon of paprika, salt and pepper, and Lawry's. You can't forget that Lawry's. All right. All right. Basic ass ingredient for that. Basic ass ingredient list for macaroni and cheese is very basic. Do not come for me for like, she ain't got enough in that mac and cheese. I get it. You probably do a whole lot more, but I'm doing basic just to show you again how much sugar is in a basic ass recipe for mac and cheese. Okay. You got 2 cups of elbow macaroni. You've got 2 cups of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. And I know most of you guys probably do 3 cheeses, but we just gonna stick with this. A half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. I don't know if y'all really do that or not. 3 cups of milk, 1/4 cup of butter, 2.5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of crumbs, panko crumbs. Some people do that for topping. And of course, your salt and black pepper to taste. Let's just say you've got some green beans in there. Say you throw some in there fresh. All right. You got some fresh green beans. Let's just say you got about a pound. This is cooking for the family. You got to have that flavor, right? So you got a couple of pieces of sliced bacon or some ham hock or something up in there. Something what y'all do. I don't know. But to give it flavor, you got a small, finely diced onion. You got a couple of cloves of garlic and more salt and pepper to taste. Lastly, very basic ass recipe for cornbread. You've got a cup of cornmeal, a cup of all-purpose flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of salt, a cup of buttermilk, a cup of melted butter, fourth cup of white sugar, and 2 large eggs. All right. Then you've got to wash all of that down with just one little small 12-ounce can of soda. Okay, that's soda pop. All right. Now let's calculate this total sugar amount for one average serving, just one serving of that, considering, the typical American plate for, barbecue wings, mac and cheese, green beans, which surprisingly has no sugar unless some of you guys add sugar to your green beans. I don't know anybody that does, but I'm sure it's somebody out there. But also that one little piece of cornbread and then your one can of a 12-ounce soda rounds off to one so-called plate of food. All right. Let me show you how much sugar is in that plate, that one serving, one plate. In your 12-piece wings with your sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, yes, I gotta say it like that every time, you've got 56 grams of sugar with your 12-piece wings and your barbecue sauce, 56 grams. In your 1 cup serving of mac and cheese, you've got 48 grams of sugar. The sugar is in the pasta, it's in the cheddar cheese, and it's in the milk. Yes, the milk. Again, there's no sugar in cornbread or in green beans, but I'm going to go right to the cornbread. There's 50 grams of sugar in that, and that sugar is from the buttermilk. Okay. Now, some of you guys add even some white sugar to your cornbread because it's got to be sweet. Got to make it sweet for the kids, right? And all that kind of stuff. That's even more poured sugar in there, but I'm not even going to go there. I'm just going to tell you the sugar that's in the buttermilk to make the basic ass cornbread, okay? And then in your 1 12-ounce can of soda pop, it's an average of about 41 grams of sugar. Obviously, this depends on the brands that you're using, from the pasta to the soda to whatever. So this is just an average that I'm giving you, okay? So all of that sugar, the grand total is 187 grams of sugar on one plate from some basic ass recipes of wings, mac and cheese, cornbread, and soda. 187 grams of sugar, okay? Do you guys go back for seconds though? Before I tell you what's in what the recommended amount is per day, let me give you some more thought. Do you go back for seconds? Do you normally have larger portion sizes of that plate? Haven't even talked about what you have for breakfast. Haven't talked about what you had for lunch. Haven't talked about your in-between snacks or any of that stuff. Okay. We didn't even talk about the carbs, which in a way, carbs turn into sugar after so much amount of the intake, but we're not even going to go there either. Not even going to talk about the unhealthy fats and all that kind of stuff, but strictly looking at the sugar intake for this one plate. The recommended amount, drum roll please. For men, it's 36 grams of sugar per day, not per meal, not per hour. It's 36 grams per day compared to 187 grams that you just had on your one plate. For women, it's even less. It's 25 grams per day. 25 grams compared to 187 in that one plate. One's for the whole day, one's for just that one plate, okay? Keep in mind, again, these are very rough estimates. The actual sugar content, of course, again, it's going to vary with the specific brands that you may use and all that kind of stuff. And the recommendations, just to let you guys know, I only give facts. I don't give just guesses. I don't give my feelings. I don't put any of that into it. I give actual research. And the information that I got with how much we should have of sugar per day is by the American Heart Association, and this most updated research that I could find. Okay, and it was this year. It was this year. So sugar content is very important because of so many things. Yes, you may be familiar with the whole diabetes thing, but it's not just that. I'll give you another fact. Sugar feeds off of answer. I can't say the real word, but it's answer. Sugar feeds off of answer, and that's how things start. Okay. Anyway, most people, I was talking earlier, most people think when they're gaining weight, first thought is to go to the gym. I don't think that there's many people that's the age of 30 and above that is not a professional athlete is going to work out enough to work off those calories and all those sugar and salt intake from that very basic ass meal that I just gave. You're not going to work out that hard. You're just not doing that anymore, right? And shoot, have you even eaten dessert yet? I just thought about that. I haven't even had dessert yet. But anyway, I know y'all be having them what? Pecan pies, apple pies, them Negro pies, whatever. Haven't even had that. But anyway, let's dive into some more and see what else KeKe's husband talked about.
The Crime Stoppers. From my perspective, oh, that's a lot on somebody.
Right, especially me. But you will come down on me as if all of this is my fault. I don't care what goes on. You always come to me berating me before you listen to what it is. It's just like, I don't understand it.
A lot of people jump to conclusions, so it's human nature.
I'm glad you said that. I mean, I am glad that you said that. It is human nature, and it's human nature for me to just jump into y'all's business. But like I said, I can't just no longer sit back and watch these shows as entertainment because it's us. It's my people. You are my people. And I just feel like I'm doing a disservice if I just keep watching without saying anything. Okay. So if it's not for you and the changes that I hope you and that hope and pray that you and your family make, then it's for other people that are watching me, the 2 subscribers that I have, but yeah, it's definitely human nature. Um, but there are so many things that are subjective with this whole entire chat that I'm having. I've had a lot of clients that say, I eat healthy. Well, but I get heartburn though too. That doesn't match. That does not match. Got other clients saying, I eat healthy, but I've been constipated and I only go to the bathroom. I ask them how often they go to the bathroom. Maybe once a week. Sometimes I've had a client that said, I haven't been to the bathroom in a couple of months, but you eat healthy? Like, that's not normal. Um, Other people, I eat healthy, but I just can't lose the weight. If you truly do eat healthy and you can't lose weight, there's something going on. There's multiple things in your body more than likely that need to be reset. But my favorite one is though, um, and I've had, several people of this, one woman that actually comes to mind right now. I can see her in my mind right now. She's a good 300 pounds and 5'4". And she says she's been plant-based for 20 years. And I was like, kind of plants have you been eating? And I get it, especially today that, more times that go by, this plant-based eating is becoming more and more junk-based. I saw a post from someone that I follow, and they were talking about, plant-based eating. And it is plant-based eating because it's in a plant, a manufacturing plant. Got all the steam coming out and all that kind of stuff, the food on a conveyor belt. It's a lot of processed vegan plant-based stuff going on, and that's not necessarily great for you. So anyway, if you're truly eating healthy, which health is really just without disease, you may not have been diagnosed with anything, but you should be able to clearly see what's going on. And if you can't clearly see that, then there's something else that's blocking up here, pineal glands or some other things that are being blocked that you can't truly allow to see yourself what's going on. And you're not being honest with yourself. You're not being realistic with yourself. There's so much that piles on top of these issues that can be having that I am not making fun of because these are real, real deal issues. This is what I studied for the last almost decade. And the psychological warfare that is going on, especially on us, on top of the food, on top of making things look appetizing and appealing, the food, the sex, all of this stuff. It is just hitting us and coming to us left and right. It really is. But allow someone that's on the outside of you, may not be a family member, but a professional that actually studies these things and not just sits in a classroom and being told what to do and what to say, but goes out and research for themselves. Allow them to help you for some changes that need to be made. Okay. All right, let's go to the last clip for this and we'll wrap this up. And like I said, if you keep hanging on with me, I'll give you some tips and some things that can help substitute for the things that you may be feel like you're gonna withdraw from. I get it. Food is addictive. Sugar is addictive. I understand.
I'm just ready for them to get to the bottom of this.
Pick me. Pick me. Pick me.
Mac and cheese is
I have no idea what it is that's causing this sickness to come about.
wings and mac and cheese is the
All right, so Miss KeKe and Amin and to anyone else that are listening, more likely than not, this is what's wrong. Okay, again, disclaimer, not a medical doctor, but a doctoral candidate who I do nothing but research and research and read some more. So I have no idea what I'm talking about. Remember what I said, the cardiorespiratory system is connected to the digestive system, which is connected to the endocrine system and more. This is why you're seeing multiple specialists, okay? However, according to Stanford Medicine, Western medical students spend less than a total of 20 hours of training on nutrition. Surprise, surprise. But it's still no surprise to me that even if you consulted with a nutritionist, most nutritionists still just sit into a classroom and retrieve the information they've been told and then spit it out to other people. And it's like the telephone game. You just get wrong information over and over and over again. But I want you guys to dig deep. My people, y'all dig deep, right? I'll leave you with this. I would love to work with anybody that is watching this, especially Miss KeKe and Amin, one-on-one to help you figure out what's going wrong. Okay. For the rest of you, I can work with you as well. Okay. But if you simply want recipes, let me know. Recipes that are actually help you with the foods that we've been, that we grew up on for years and years and years, but it does come from a plant. Yes, some of it is I wouldn't say it's considered manufactured because the fruits and veggies that I eat are electric and I get it from local farmers. I put it back in my stove and I just get to work. So there is some processing that is done because I'm not taking the fruits and vegetables and just eating it raw. No, I'm not. I am still cooking and I can still provide some of those recipes, but they are hella good. They are hella good. And once you've eaten these foods for so long, it actually helps curb the cravings for the other stuff. And if you ate this way for, let's just say, a handful of months, and you go back to the other foods that are at other places, it doesn't even taste the same anymore. It doesn't taste good. And some of you guys may hear that and be like, well, I don't want that to happen to me. You've got a lot of work to do. Here first. So I'm not even talking to you. That's your mentality. I'm not even talking. Have fun with whatever is going on with your body. Okay. But I've got a lot of free recipes. I've got cookbooks. We've got cooking in the crib challenges because in order to maintain true health, you just got to cook more. You just got to get in the kitchen. This is why this is my office because this is where I am a lot. And you just got to cook. We do cash prizes, cash contests, all of those kind of things. Keep yourself posted from my website. But I have some amazing recipes that will have your taste buds feeling like you're eating the same, but inside of your body, your intestines will feel a huge, huge, huge difference. So because of that, I'm going to allow you guys to keep the culture, but just change the ingredients. Dig deep, dig deep. All right. Your black is cracking, but you can also reverse that. You can also reverse it. Love you guys. Eat more electric. Eat more alkaline. Peace.